So this should be interesting. Can't tell if I'm a little bit quiet. Oops. I feel like I'm quiet. Hello. Just a little bit. Oh, my game might be loud too. Let me turn that down a bit. Now my settings carried over. Oops. Should be the only thing we've got. Alright. Can't tell if y'all can actually hear me properly. Playing with my new mic setup, which is a bit clunky, honestly. It's like really, really, really large. So, why am I so quiet? Let me try. Doing that, maybe? Is that helping at all? That sounds like it's helping. Yar har fiddly dee. Being a pirate is all I can be. Stop that. Alright, so it's definitely centered on the middle of my mic, which is where it should be centered, but unfortunately, it's really difficult to get that forwards. If only y'all could actually see my mics up, but well. Alright, I'm going to assume that this is working the way I want to. If it's too quiet or too loud, just let me know. And I'll fix some stuff. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Jesus Christ, that's effects. There we go. Okay. So, welcome to Val's Valhalla or Purgatory Corner or wherever you're watching. This is Sinspeaks, your storyteller for the day. God, this is gonna be such an annoying pain. I hope that the audio is being really crisp and really clear and having no like background or anything like that, because it's basically what this setup is here for. Still trying to adjust it, still trying to make it capture my voice properly. Sound really nice, really good, but not sure if it's doing that. But welcome. This is Valhalla. This is actually a game that I saw being played by another streamer that I watch. Story Travesty? Story Travesty? Something like that. Her name's kind of difficult for me to say. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, Story. But anyways, I started watching her play it, thought it was really cool, and it has a lot of storytelling in it, a lot of voice acting, a lot of things like that. A voice acting on my part, not the game's part, which makes it a little bit better. To me, at least. Because I can show you guys all the fun voices and stuff like that. So hopefully it's all going well. If you've not already followed, feel free to follow again, or follow now, I guess. And, yeah, we'll get right into it. I've never played this game before, but there is, I saw up here, a prologue option. So we're gonna go ahead and choose this. I know the basis of how to play this game for the most part, so we're gonna try to get through. We play as a bartender named Jill. Good evening. Well, at least one of my employees showed up. Huh? What about Gil? He mumbled something about holes and pests and asked for a couple days off. Business as usual then? Not quite. How so? I mean us, not Gil. Business will be a tad different throughout the weekend. We got booked. That's a new one. Who made the booking? The Sapphire Toy Company. They make toys for dogs. It's their anniversary or something like that. We usually don't reserve the bar. Why do it this time? The clients are adorable. Excuse me? You'll see. Anything special I should know? They'll give you a ticket to trade in for any drink they want. Just do your usual thing. Fair enough. I'll be in my office. Call if you need me. Sure. Well then. Jukebox. I don't know most of these songs. I think I like this one. Yeah, it's kind of chill groove. Let me make sure my audio is still going well. I think my audio is going well. Yeah, okay. So, I think I liked Valhalla. Welcome to Valhalla, anyways. Alright, cool. Let's pick out my voice. Again, let me know if that changes at all. Welcome to Valhalla was nice. There's a couple I enjoyed. I don't like that one very much. Yeah, I really don't like that one. Too peppy. That's kind of nice. Yeah, kind of like that. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, sure. A gaze that invited. Ooh, that's chill. That's jazz. Don't like Animoto very much. That can be nice. Yeah, sure, we'll try it. Will you remember me? I will remember you. That's kind of sad. I don't want sad. That also sounds sad. Ooh, that's pumping. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Sure, we'll try it. Time to mix drinks and change lives. I don't remember what my voice was, but time to mix drinks and change lives. There we go. Lord Pumple excuse me. I'll have a Grizzly Temple. Hello? A dog? A talking dog? Are you with the Sapphire Toy Company? Yeah. Did I arrive too early? No. The clients are adorable. Son of a bitch. Grizzly Temple, right? Coming right up. This dog wants a Grizzly Temple. Go with the G, Grizzly Temple. God, that is still too loud for me. Cannot? Okay. Let me turn it up slightly for you guys, and then turn it down slightly for me. Man, that is loud. Put kind of in the background there. There we go. Let me see how loud that gets. Alright, is that good? I think that might be good still. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright. 3 aldehyde. 1, 2, 3. 3 Bronson. Power Delta. And 1 Caramine. All blended. Grizzly Temple. Here you go. Thanks. Huh. This is gonna be a long weekend, isn't it? Ariel Wienerton. Hey, wait. Ariel. I'm gonna say there's a girl. Hey, is this the Hey, is the Bronson extract here produced using organic roots? I don't actually know if it's a girl, but Ariel makes me think a girl, so I don't know that information. Anyone I can talk to about that? Here? Right now? No. But you should have that information on hand. Every BTC certified bar is no different from a fast food chain. We get the same supplies as everyone else. Ask BTC officials if you want to know. But you should. But we don't. But saying that we should over and over is not going to change reality. Give me something with lots of Bronson extract then. Okay. Something with lots of them. We'll just go through by name, honestly. 2, 1. 1, 3, 5, Gut Punch, 6, Mars Blast, 6, and that's a big drink too. 3, that's a big drink. 5 from Piano Woman. 3, 2, 4. Oh, that can turn to 8. Suplex. We'll give you a large suplex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, again, I have seen this played, so I know roughly how it works. Only a little bit, though. I haven't seen too far into the game, just like 2 or so days. On the rocks and mix. Honestly, it's fairly self-explanatory. Woo! Okay, almost failed that one. Here. What the hell is this? The order. This is what Bronson extract tastes like? Sort of, yeah. Well, fuck that noise. It's not worth the effort. No, it's not. Excuse me. Thank God, a person. Well, as much of a person as the designated driver can be. What I mean is, why are there so many dogs? Why dogs? Why? Well, the Corgis created the Sapphire Toy Company, and they've been doing a great job, so... A company run exclusively by dogs? Really? And a good one at that? Their only problem is that they have a not-so-discreet preference for hiring Corgis exclusively. Why? Something about being more comfortable around their own kind. Are you with them? Well, I do prefer corgis, but... No, I mean... Are you working with them? Yeah, well, I'm only here because the law requires at least one humanoid on the payroll. Does the law really cover such scenarios? Why take a job like this? Because it means I'm surrounded by corgis all day long. Designated driver woes aside, it's the closest thing to heaven. Although, to be fair, I'm not much of a drinker anyway. I see, well, to each their own. Are you going to drink anything? Do you have anything non-alcoholic? See what I can fetch you. Did you intend to make a pun? A pun? Never mind. I saw the pun. I saw it was gonna fetch. You don't know which ones are non-alcoholic. The ones without caramine. Bleeding Jane doesn't have it. Spicy though. Keep him awake. Blue Fairy has optional carotene, and it's very sweet. Fairly soft, I guess. Crevice Spike. Knock the drunkenness out of you or knock you out cold. I don't think he wants that one. I could be wrong. Yeah, we'll give him fluffy. Well, yeah, he seems like he wants a fluffy drink. We'll do a small one, all aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. You sure this isn't alcoholic? Pretty sure. Okay. Listen, I need to know. Is it really going to be only corgis today? Is that all I'm going to do all night? Serve the same kind of dog over and over? The vast majority of them are Pembroke Welsh corgis. There are a couple of Cardigan Welsh corgis, but the relationship between the two breeds is a tad difficult. So the Cardigans weren't invited. So, yeah. I guess you'll be serving the same kind of dogs all night. No, I mean... Is there some other human I might talk to today? There's a woman on staff, but she couldn't come today. Oh boy. Is that a problem, somehow? It's not really a problem. We've survived worse than this. Like that time when an AA meeting came here asking for non-alcoholic stuff only. But just think about the fact I'm serving drinks to dogs. At some point, all the choices in my life led me serving drinks to a group of talking dogs. It's one of those moments that makes you want to stop and rethink where your life is going. Do you, perhaps, not like this job? I do. I love every second of this job, but... dogs. It's like a fashion designer suddenly realizing he's been designing edible underwear. I still don't see what your problem is with the dogs, but I'm not going to force the subject. Well, I'm going to try entertaining myself for a bit. The stuff for playing pool is underneath the table. There are also darts in the box next to the jukebox. Great. Thanks for the information. Call if you need another drink. Sure. Lady Banner. See, there's the lady. I'm feeling happy, so I'll get everyone around. Actually, it's a free bar. I won't let you spoil my mood. I want a fringe weaver. Coming right up. This dog wants a fringe weaver. What? Jesus Christ. Alright, this dog's gonna get drunk. All aged and mixed. Here you go. Still an awesome day. Oh my god. Oh, I love that name. Oh, I love that name. Dragon fucker. Oh my god, okay. Yo, what's an alpha male gotta do to get some service? What may I serve you? Beer, and quickly. Coming right up. This dog wants a beer. Alright, that's this. Mixed. Beer. Here you are. Damn, you're a slow piece of shit. Hey, boss. What's the opposite of deja vu again? James View. I don't remember how to do it, voice. Yeah, that. Are you having a premeditation? Something like that. The dog felt uncannily familiar. Are you bored? Not really. I was playing with the darts a bit ago. I thought about playing pool, but all the other clients are thumb challenged. Sorry if this sounds rude, but why was the dart box so dusty? You're the first person in a year or so I've been here that has actually played with darts. I think even my boss forgot they existed. By the way, how are the dogs as clients? We've had worse. Have you had someone come in and gnaw chairs to pieces? Yes, she was testing out her new mechanical teeth. She got banned from entering any BTC bar after that. With antidotes like those, you'd think serving dogs would feel totally normal. You'd be wrong, because even then, we were talking about humans. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've served a dog during my time, but they usually come in with something. And they never talk. Hey, Spirito friend. I'm having a bit of fun at the moment, trying to get used to the voices a bit. I've never had to do a bunch of voices for dogs before, so it's kind of odd. Now that I think about it, are those drinks bad? These drinks bad for the dogs? You're drinking an alcoholic beverage. I mean, it's cyberpunk, so I guess they might have, I don't know, mechanical insides? Who knows? Now you worry about that. But no, they aren't. Only cappuccino monkeys are at risk if they drink these chemicals. The fuck is a cappuccino monkey? Wow. Yeah, I'm very curious what his name is. He hasn't said it yet. He's just the designated driver. Anyway, you want anything to drink? Surprise me, but keep it to non-alcoholic. Sure. Non-alcoholic surprise, what that means. We have another one. I think it was like Bleeding Jane. Yeah. Here. Sure, we'll give you this one. This is the only other one I know that doesn't have alcohol. I mean, Piano Woman also, but he seems like a classic kind of fellow. 133, all blended. Not sure. I think I gave him like a gut punch or something beforehand. Here you go. Yes, I wanted to start the game with the prologue because I saw another streamer's story playing the main game like 2 days into it. I was very curious about this, and I saw the prologue on the top left, and I was like, yeah. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. So, because they keep referencing this throughout the days in the actual game. So I'm like, I want to know what the prologue is. I want to know what these dogs are. I was expecting like humanoid dogs, kind of like diamond dogs from My Little Pony, but was not expecting actual dogs. Thank you. And a demo. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll do the and a demo after the prologue then. Thank you. Thank you. This might sound weird to ask, but they talk through their collars, right? That's right. How do they work? It's not too hard, really. They're just translators. They read the dog's brain and turn their thoughts into words. Into wood. Do keep in mind that today's dog breeds have more cognitive capacity than their ancestors. If you put the translators on dogs from a decade ago, they wouldn't work like they do now. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. Yeah, I read something about that once. Another question, why do they wear those small tuxedos? It's good for PR. You don't say. Well, it'll be a bit before we go for the day. Any other questions? Really, I thought his voice would be like a little bit higher and stuff like that. I literally went for low just because it was like the first thing that popped in my head for this dude. But he really didn't seem like a super low kind of voice for the guy, just because of his body type. But that's actually kind of weird and kind of cool that everybody has that kind of deep voice for him. That's nice. Yes. Why the fuck do these dogs want to get drunk? They see humans do it and they think it might be fun. Just like teens then. Now, if you'll excuse me. Satan's helper! Dude, I love these names. I don't know who gives them these names, but I love these names. I don't even know what kind of voice I'm gonna get this dog, but oh my god, Satan's helper. What can I serve you? Oh, this is great. Moon. Excuse me? Moon. Moon blast? Big moon blast? Moon. Alright then. Alright, well, we're gonna make him a thick moon blast. Here we go. Moon blast. Ooh. That's a hefty moon blast. Alright, 12 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 of these, 2 of these, and 4 of these. Whew, that is a hefty drink for this dog. And blended. Alright, moon blast. Here. I don't know why. Is that a good moon or a bad moon? Pesky furball. How do you even... Reviske, Pikeske, Lispe. Crevice spike? Sure. Oh nay, understand M.A. Oh, he's talking in pig Latin, that's why. Or dog Latin? I was a kid too. Crevice spike. Yeah, I would never have gotten that. Holy crap. To you. For you. These dogs won't get drunk, so I'll do 4. Do 4. And blended. Do let me know if the audio is good, by the way, or if I over punch the audio or something like that. Harry. Hanks Day. Oh, here and thanks. Woo, shit. I pressed the wrong button there. What do you want? I'm not picky. Give me anything. Skipped over a couple lines. Oops. Oh, of course. anything, he said. Well, let's go for a third one that we haven't done yet. So this one had none, and we gave him one of those. Blue Fairy, we gave him one. Crevice Spike, we could give him. Fluffy Dream, we could give him. Frothy Water. Yeah, let's give him Frothy Water. All aged and mixed. Yeah. Here you are. Thanks. So, what exactly do you do? Sorry if it's rude to ask. I guess I am what most people would call an office boy. My duties usually involve looking for things, answering a few calls, that sort of stuff. But this being a dog-run company, there are a lot more responsibilities. Like getting stuff off of shelves and opening windows. At least they pay well. I see. And how did you end up in that position? Where did you get that offer? My neighbor is the owner of one of these dogs. He told me they need thumbs. Figures? They are celebrating the company's anniversary, right? Yeah. 5 years ago, three corgis became dissatisfied with the quality of existing dog toys. So they founded this company. And they got the money from their owners, if I remember correctly. I can see that happening. Somehow. The STC is the second biggest dog toy company in the world. Fun fact, they started as Sapphire Toy Development. Sapphire STD. Ain't that unfortunate. Oh, Dorothy, I don't know. What name should I give you? What voice should I give you? Let's go with hello. No, that doesn't. It's always starting with the voice. That's the most difficult thing. Hello. No, let's do. Kind of want to go for flamboyance a little bit. Hello. I guess I could go with that. Hello. Yeah, we'll go with that. The bar's favorite sweetheart has arrived. Why are you quiet? I'm waiting for the audience's cheers to stop. But this isn't a sitcom. Ah, honey. How innocent. Excuse me. You are... I'm the lovely Dorothy Hayes at your service. Wait. You're Lilum. Not your service then. Don't be rude to other clients. She's kind of a regular here. Kinda? I've been coming here religiously for the past 3 months now. 3 months. I don't know why I'm giving her a slight southern tang. I think like Wizard of Oz themes, you know. I come here to see your charming face and you say I'm just kinda of a regular? For shame, honey. For shame. I'm sorry, I guess. Nothing a free drink won't solve. Won't do. Huh? You playing hard to get? Even if I wanted to give you a drink, we're booked for the whole weekend. Don't you think you should at least put a sign out front or something? Hey, I only found out myself just a few minutes ago. You can have one of my tickets if you're okay with it. I see no problem. You're so sweet. If you were at least 40% organic, I would give you a discount. Discount? You don't need to know. So, who booked you? This guy? The Sapphire Toy Company. What do they do? They create dog toys. Oh, lovely. It's also run by dogs. Oh, don't joke like that. You think I'd kid about something like that? Oh. You mean that if I turn around, I'd see dogs? Yeah. Didn't you see them when you came in? I just entered without looking anywhere else but the bar. You look troubled. I'm not too much of a dog person. I even charge extra if my clients want it doggy style. Doggy? You don't need to know. I'm gonna take this ticket. Trade in next Monday. I'm leaving right now. Ticket will have expired by then, though. She looks like the kind of girl that will hold you to your promise regardless. Is it that obvious? Well, I have to gather the cabs outside. Keep up, bartender. Good night. Yeah, you too. Good night. Come again? Alright, sirs, the night's over. You have kennels you need to return to. All done? Yeah. Boss, how'd you end up being booked by dogs? I know some dogs myself. Huh. And you told me we're booked the whole weekend, right? That's right. Please bear with it. We're all doing our part after all. Yeah. Well, I gotta go for today. Bye. Take care. Interesting. Good evening. Day 2 of serving dogs. Are you ready? No. Cheer up. No. That attitude won't make things easier for yourself. Serving dogs won't ease things either. Have you heard anything from Gil? Nope, but he should be having fun wherever he is. Also, did you know we had darts? Yeah, I did. Why didn't you tell me? Because that's the kind of stuff you should just assume. A target board usually comes with a set of darts. Do you like darts, boss? Not particularly, but now I'll apologize to someone. Oh. Anyway, call me if you need anything. Sure. Well then. I like them. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ooh, Betty. Ooh, you're cute. I don't like your outfit. Your outfit is very, very weird. I can't tell if you're like half wearing a coat or something, but it's really off-putting. What voice should I give her? What voice? She looks kind of like a hard ass. Oh hey. No, that's too close to the other guy's voice. Oh hey. Well, that works. Oh hey. Can I have a big beer, please? Thank God, a human. Sure, coming right up. Beer. Big one, 2, 4. 2, 4, and 8. God, that's a big beer. I'll mix. Here. Thank you. May I ask what you do for these dogs, Miss, Beatrice? But everyone calls me Betty. And why do you need to know that? If you've been stuck with dogs all day, you'll also be curious when a human walks in. Fair enough. I'm the veterinarian. They're all your clients? Yeah, company issued vet. I mean, I have my own office, but it's in their building. So you're Betty the vet. Oh, cram it. Sorry, not in the mood for puns right now. I'll keep it in mind. Anything else I might need to avoid bringing up around you besides puns? Enhancements. so that's hard to shove into the conversation in the first place. Noted. What do you have against enhancements anyway? They're unnatural. They go against the very idea of human evolution. Well, there's a certain, well, wall that humans can't cross without enhancements. It's not like having something replaced will automatically make you an expert in things. If anything, getting an enhancement sets you back until you get used to it. Yeah, but it makes things too easy on paper. Anyone with money can replace their body parts and call it a day. But you have a point. Skill doesn't ship with enhancements. At least, not yet. Sorry for the outburst. I have my story with enhancements. Oh, I don't mind. It's way more entertaining than serving drinks to talking dogs. Sorry. Speaking of which, that's my job right now. Do you want another drink? I'm fine for now. Call me if you need anything. Sure. Wyam Fricker. Oh, these names, my guy. Oh, these names. Why isn't my alerts on? They should be on. Sorry, Spirito Frey, I didn't see your follow. My announcement didn't go off. That's super annoying. But, sorry, fixing something at the moment. Or attempting to. There we go. But oh, it's because my announcements aren't even on. That's why. Let me attempt to set up something like that real quick. I don't know how loud it's going to be. Sure, let's test a follow. I don't know how loud that is. Let's try another test real quick. Well, that's not too bad, I think. I might turn it down slightly. Just a little bit. What box are you at? Let's bring down to like 50% or something. And we'll move the box itself. Move it down to the bottom right here. There we go. But thank you for the follow, Spirit. Sorry I didn't get to that before. I meant to, but if I don't see it, unfortunately I can't comment on it. Okay. What voice should I get this guy? We'll go with hey, have you seen red dots? I've seen many things in my life, but red dots, not today, no. Do you have any red drinks? Red drinks? Yeah, the drink might know something. Right. Would that be Mars Blast? Maybe. I actually don't know the color of these drinks. You know what? Let's try Mars Blast. See if it's actually red. 6 of these, thick drink. 2 of these, 4 of these, and they're all blended. No, that is not red. Moonblast is blue. Oh, Bleeding Jane might be red. 1, 3, 3. All blended. Because it's based off of Bloody Mary. Ah, it is red. Here we go. Here. Thanks. Okay, Punk. You're me out? You're gonna tell me where that red touch went? Or I'm gonna drink you. I'm not loving. I'll drink you all. Bangkok bastard. These damn Pomeranians. They think they can come and take our jobs. Excuse me? We've been getting some serious media attention because the company only hires corgis. Must be a slow news day. But you know what I say? It's good that we don't hire anyone else. We don't need more races ruining our workplace. Oh god, he's a white supremacist but dog-faced. Next thing you know, they'll be asking us to hire cats. The Bangkok bastard. Wouldn't other races bring new skills to the company? Shut up! What do you know? Now give me a bad touch. Alright. Bad touch for the dog. That's unpleasant. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, guys. Don't make me do it. Don't make me give a bad touch to a doggo. Please no. On the rocks and mix. Here. Racist dogs. What are the odds? Wait. I can't tell the differences between them. Does that make me racist too? Would it matter if you're racist against racists? Bartender, please stop dozing off. I need booze. Sorry, what can I get you? I'll have a Zen Star. Sure. Vet wants a Zen Star. Is this a promo drink? Is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a thick drink. On the ice. And here. Thank you. Something on your mind? Willing to lend me? It's in the job description. Yeah, kind of. Alright then, so you mentioned the thing about talking dogs, I thought. People throughout the ages have always dreamt about talking to animals. Never mind the fact that we always understand their body language. Now that we understand them, what do we find out? They're just furry, adorable little office workers. Actually, scratch that. I've yet to meet a furry office worker worth half the charisma of these. Oh, okay. Neat. I can actually scroll up if I accidentally skip their stuff. That would have been good to know earlier. Actually, scratch that. I've yet to meet a furry office worker with half the charisma of these little guys. You've met furry office workers? I've seen my share of the world, bartender. Sounds like you're tired. It's fleas and ticks season. I am tired. So you're a tick. Don't you dare. I already wanted to hear that one. Well, this whole free bar thing is nice though, I guess. Would have been nicer if we actually had time to get properly ready. What do you mean? I found out about the booking yesterday as I was getting ready. Did the client ask for something special? Is there something I need to know about them? My boss didn't specify anything. All she said to me was, pretend it was like any other day. That was a screw-up on our end, sorry. They were desperately looking for a place to celebrate. I was actually surprised to find out they got a place. Why all of a sudden plans? Did they forget their anniversary or something? We found a place, but the Cardigans were the ones that hired it. Then some stupid argument arose, and the Cardigans decided they didn't want any Pembrokes at their party. I swear to God, these dogs are just like annoying little suburban kids. What are these cardigans I keep hearing about? Oh, just another kind of corgi, except for different fur colors and slightly different attitude. All this is so silly. I've seen dogs play with cats, dogs play with other dogs, and dogs mating with dogs twice their size. Well, that's what happens when you have dogs mimicking their owners. I mean, that's the reason they are in a bar in the first place. But I guess the media focus on the Pembrokes probably didn't help. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have dogs too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do your job, don't mind me. Tortilla Pope. Hey, buddy. Hello. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You? I am? Whoa, thanks, buddy. What can I serve you? Well, a big sunshine cloud would be nice. Coming right up. This dog wants a big sunshine cloud. Duke, that's for you, and then enough of the caramentine to make it big and thick. So you know, oops. Wow, screw it. Yeah, we're gonna give him extra drunk here on the 11 caramentine. I meant to do only 10, but you know, 15's nice. I would go to 20, but I don't want poison in them. All the rocks and blended. Here we go. Oh dear lord. I feel bad for this dog, man. Here. That is what you wanted. You wanted a big sunshine cloud. I gave you a big sunshine cloud. What are you talking about? This is not what I want. Bad boy, bad. I'm not a boy though. I gave you what you wanted. Cool rage. You know what I hate, man? What do you hate, dog? Cabbages, man. They're like lasses that decide to go to the gym. They think they are a big deal because their leaves are hard, man. Guess what? I don't like them. Calm down, dog. You want anything? For cabbages to not exist, dude? I meant to drink. Oh. I have a big grizzly temple then. I can do that. Big grizzly temple. Yeah, I gave the other dog a sunshine cloud. Let me just make sure. Yeah, 2, 4, and then enough caramentine to make him. Yeah, 4 and 4 was 8. Oh, damn. I see what I did wrong. I didn't add enough that. I had 2 and 2, which made 4, and then I added 11 of that. Yeah, okay, I see where I went wrong. Damn it. Ow, it's fine. You wanted Grizzly Temple. Yeah. Big. So 1, 2, 3. Not gonna make this mistake again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. And you want it big. So yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. All blended. Dunk. Grizzly Temple. There you go. Here you go. Chill out for a bit, dog. Thanks, man. Bartender. Yeah. Do you have anything sweet? We're talking about drinks, right? Are you hitting on me? If that's how you want to see it, let me see what I can get you. And make it big. Do you like them big, Miss Betty? It's not about the size, and by how you sell it. Gourmet food exists for that sole reason. Wise words. She wants a big, sweet drink. Let's see. All mixed. Sunshine cloud. This is bitter. Sour. I mean, she liked the Zen Star before. Oh, wait, shoot. Sweet. Sugar Rush. Sparkle Star. That would be a lot. Be a lot of alcohol. You know, we might just give her that. Jesus, that's a big thing. Frantini's fun. Piano Woman is thick. You know what? We'll go with the Sparkle Star, and we'll go with lot. I want to see how this goes. So she wants it big. So 4 of this. Oops. 4 of this. 2 of this. And she wants it big. So we'll go with that. Just make sure. Double. And crap done. You know what? We'll make 10. All aged and mixed. That makes a Sparkle Star. Should be big too. Here. Thanks. You know, I'm curious. What's the weirdest client you've ever gotten? I wouldn't be able to tell you. There are many kinds of weird. Pick the first one that comes to mind. Well, there's this one guy that spent 30 minutes arguing with himself before ordering. That's not that weird. He came in wearing a velociraptor mask and wouldn't stop screaming. Whew. He left, humming Moonlight Sonata afterwards. Oh, yeah, that's weird. At least he left a nice tip. Speaking of antidotes, can I ask what's your story with the enhancements? Why the interest? Because it seems like a personal thing. Doesn't sound like it's a question of ethics. And honestly, I'm really bored. Sure, I can entertain you a bit. Back when I was a college freshman, some friends of mine decided to get their hands enhanced. It was around the time we all started practicing surgery. They just wanted to bypass all the practice needed. And so they hired this shady character who would supposedly hook them up. I only talked one of them out of it. The others went off with the guy and got their hands chopped off. This is one of those stories that ends badly, I'm guessing. Yeah. 4 girls underwent the shady surgical procedure. 2 lost their hands, 1 was left an arthritic mess, and the last died on the operation table. So, yeah, not too fond of enhancements. Especially if they take in an effort to avoid effort. This culture of become better automatically with enhancements really gets on my nerves. Hey, Pocket, good to see you again. I know, it's great so far. I'm doing the prologue currently. That story sounds so familiar. Did that shady guy have a bleached mustache and tattooed black eyebrows? He also talked using electrical larynx. You've seen him? No, but I remember news about remember news about the police catching someone who was performing illegal surgeries. Never thought I'd meet someone affected by him. It's a small world, isn't it? Well, I guess I better check on the dogs to see if they're fine. Sure, I'll keep serving them booze. Thanks for sharing that story. I'm amazed that she's not just like falling off her rocker, considering I gave her like 10 keratin. Yeah. Accident? Dude, these dog names are killing me. Oh my god. Oh, what kind of name should I give you, Mr. Accident? Oh, you poor soul. Hey, man. Have you ever felt like time is moving too fast? No? Well, kind of. Tonight, I'm feeling like it's not moving by fast enough. Lucky you. I don't know why I'm giving me this voice. Well, they say if time feels like it's gone by too fast, you're having a good time. What can I serve you? I want a bad touch. Sorry, coming right up. Dog wants a bad touch. He wants a bad touch. Alright, 2 Bronson. He wants normal ones. That's 2 Bronson. 2 you. 2 you. And 4 of you. Y'all getting drunk tonight on the rocks next. Easy wants a. Here you go. Have a good time out there. Maybe you're a rat. Thanks. Dog fight. They didn't even try with this one. They're like, how many dogs we got here so far? Number 5? Yeah, just shut up with the names. Dog 5. There you are. Bartender. 1 Brantini, please. Sure. I need a Brantini. You want very sweet drink. Age and mix. Here. Excuse me. The beer mat's dry, dirty. Sorry, I'll change it. Nah, leave it like that. I already ruined the Brantini anyway. Hey, bartender. 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 Your job is a funny name. You don't say. You're cute. Bartender. I could just eat you up. Please don't. When did you get drunk? Been a little dizzy for a while now, but just properly kicked it. Yeah, cause I fucking doused your goddamn drink, woman. If I gave you enough carotene, you'd kill someone. Also, some of the dogs invite me over for a drink. Except I'm not drunk. Right. At Caven, small brand I'll definitely pay you money. But you don't have to pay me. Oh, will you really buy me that drink? It's so lovely. Yeah, let's leave it at that. What's Brantini? Normal one. Alright. Won't do anything fancy with it. Just a normal Brantini. Getting a lot of these today. Age and here. Yeah, this is smaller than I thought. You're in no position to drink any more than that thimbleful. Maybe you're right. Hey, what made you become a veterinarian? I love animals. They're so cute, so funny, so huggable. I want to keep them happy. That's why I became a veterinarian. It's not always easy. But the knowledge that I help these cute, cuddly, squishy animals lets me sleep like a baby at night. Lovely. Speaking of love, have you ever been in love, Ranbody? Haven't we all been in love at some point in our lives? Why? I need advice. You look like a nice person. Sure, thanks. Actually, it's about someone who's really focused on his jobs. Figured you'd understand. I see. Still, what do you need to know? How do you get the attention of someone like that? Well, someone that's so hyper-focused on everything, he disregards everything else. Taking an interest in whatever he's obsessed with is a good start, but there's really no science to this. Make him feel loved and special, just like you would do with anyone else. You sure? He's like, really, really, really obsessed. If he's a decent member of society, yeah, see no problem with that. I hope you're right. I'm fresh off a breakup, and
seriously need a hug. Oh yeah, how do I fix the fact that it's a guy?
Beg your pardon?
I'm not into guys, but this here's a guy. What'd I do?
Right. Need to serve dogs. Sorry.
No need, we're leaving. Already? And don't worry, we'll come back tomorrow.
Right. Thank dog. I mean, God. Dog, damn it. Done for the day, I'm guessing? Yeah. You might want to get some insecticide or something to make sure we're not full of fleas. What does the health inspector think of this stunt? The health inspector is too afraid to come to this part of the city, so I assume he's fine with it. Right. Say, boss, you look tense. Really? Weird. So I'll call it a day here. Thank you for your hard work. I love the boss. I also love the way Jill talks. Good evening. You look bummed, boss. I don't really look any different from usual. Starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis in our bar. Why wouldn't I be sad? Maybe because starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis at the bar. I wonder if the Shiba Appreciation Society might be interested in booking us. One problem at a time, boss. Wait, I know someone from the Pomeranian Development Institute. PDI. One problem at a time. Still, you've been tense ever since Friday. Are you worried about Gil or something? Trust me, of all my worries, Gil is the least of them. Put on some music and enjoy the day, won't you? Right. I still like these songs. Time to mix drinks and change lives. That's a perfect start. I mean, that's just Welcome to Valhalla's perfect song start. Bartend, we meet again. Oh, Miss Betty. Deal. That's interesting. Hello. And Mr. Corgi Lover. Call me Deal. 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 Wipe that satisfied look off. Wipe that satisfied look off your face, you two. What can I serve you today? I'll have the beer. I'm not the designated driver today, so give me a fringe weaver. Alright, coming right up. Fringe weaver and a beer. We'll do fringe weaver since it's first. One. God, you really want to get drunk, my boy. There you go. All aged and mixed. Cool. And beer. Do. All mixed. Here we go. Here. Thanks. Thank you. You seem distracted. Has serving so many dogs finally gotten to you? No. Well, yeah, but it's not that. My boss has been acting weird since Friday. Weird how? Romantic weird, drug addict weird, let's hope nobody finds the body in the fridge weird. For starters, there's the fact she's only told me we were being booked moments before we opened. Plus, she seems completely distracted or lost in her thoughts. Like you? Worse. Oh. She's not being herself, and that makes me wonder if something's going on. Like what? Do you run a human trafficking ring in the basement? I hope not. No, we don't have a license for that. Or, well, thinking about it too much is not part of my job. Can I ask you something about your job? Sure. I've always been curious. What does the BTC need in their barkeepers? Or bartender, barkeepers. That's a nice name, barkeeper. And their bartenders. What do you need to study? They train you from scratch, so you don't need to study anything beforehand. What does the training involve? It's a lot of etiquette and regulation work. Most of our time, though, is actually spent in simulations. Simulations? Different scenarios involving different chemical hazards, that sort of thing. They want you to be able to respond to every possible situation that might end up involving our ingredients. I mean, the chances for failure are really slim, but it's better to not take those chances. I see. I'll be back with you guys in a bit. I must attend to the other clients. Dogs. That. Oh, sure. Mr. Puff, they're chasing me, man. Who? The cabbages, man! The goddamn cabbages! I don't think we've met Mr. Puff before. Sounds like the other guy. They're everywhere! They're off of my run! You're... Never mind. Can I get you anything to calm down? A big blue fairy would be nice. Okay then. Dog wants a big blue fairy. Blue fairy. Oh, he wants optional carotene. Sure, I'll get this dog drunk. He wants big ones, so we'll do 8 of these. That's a lot. That's 8. 2 of these. And we'll just do 8 of these. All aged and mixed. Just make sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and then optional. And then aged and here. Thanks, very nice of you. Third bark day. Sigh. Something matter? Nothing to drink won't solve. Not sure about that, but it's hardly my job to preach this sobriety. What do you want? Give me a gut punch. Okay. This Fleabag wants a gut punch. I don't think you should call him Fleabag. I mean, he probably is, but, you know, whatever. He wants 5 and 6, and we'll just do 4 pets. All aged and mixed. 5, 1. Here you are. Thanks. He seems like he wants to get drunk. Hey, you ever feel guilty for being born the wrong race? The what now? I've just been hearing so much about how we're racist. I'm wondering. Are you racist? Not really. Do you feel like other corgis might be? Definitely. And why worry? It's not like they're calling you racist. You shouldn't take generalizations personally. You might be right. Now get drunk. Man, you should have seen the cutie I saw yesterday on the way home. She looked like a cat boomer. She was wearing a maid dress and had this prosthetic eye. I thought you were against people using prosthetics. I'm not against cute though. Besides, I'm not against prosthetics. I'm only against enhancements. I don't see a difference between the two. Alright, let me put it this way. If you lost an arm and replaced it with a mechanical arm that does exactly what the older one did, I'm okay with it. But if you lost your arm and replaced it with a gun-loaded sniper arm from hell, that's something I'm not okay with. Even worse is if you decide to replace your arm because of fashion, or a whim, or to get better at some sport. That's completely not cool. That's the difference between a prosthetic and an enhancement. Replacement versus, enhancement. I'm of similar opinion about lithium replacing their factory parts for kicks. Oh, you would hate Dorothy. If you think that's going to be an easy way of getting better at something, you're in for a bad surprise. Well, I can see why you'd think that, but what suggested to you that what she had wasn't an enhancement? If she had bad eyesight, wouldn't that count as an enhancement, even if it fixes it? How does reparative work factor into your ideologies? They might be enhancements, but they also replace something faulty. Well, damn it, stop making sense, you piece of scrap.
You're weakening my resolve. Having fun? Oh, bartender. That was fast. There seem to be less dogs out today. At least dogs that want drink. Yeah, some of them ate their tickets. Lovely. I'll be the one dealing with that later. Say, what's your take on the whole enhancement discussion, bartender? My mom has a saying, anyone can make a chandelier out of their asses. Which somehow means your body, your choices. They're not hurting anyone, I don't see the point in hating them. See, Betty? Hey, I didn't say I automatically hate anyone who had an enhancement. Me being against something isn't the same as me being against someone. I'm not some 12-year-old blindly hating someone because of something like that. Maybe you should practice what you preach. What does that mean? I fear retaliation, so I'm not saying another word. Are you two gonna order anything? I'm fine right now. She's drinking mine, actually. Alright, call if you need anything else. Sure. Let's see. Ow! So much for avoiding retaliation. Oh my god. Oh, these names. They just stopped trying after Dog 5. They were like, what kind of name could we give him? Dog 6? No, that's too on the nose. Poop Eater. There we go. You're not gonna believe me. I was in the bathroom and this other dog was looking at me from the top of the sink. You mean the mirror? No, another dog. I see. What can I serve you? You're not gonna do anything about that other dog on the top of the sink. I'm sure he doesn't want to hurt anybody. Don't worry. I hope you're right. Well, I want something really sweet. Coming right up. Alright, something really sweet. New. Blue Fairy's pretty sweet. Moonblast is hella sweet. Was there one that was like pretty much start B? It's fairly certain there's one that was like obscenely sweet. Well, I guess I'm Blue Fairy kind of. I feel like there was one. Oh, this is what I'm thinking. It's like after all a spoonful of sugar. That's what I'm thinking. But no, something like sweet would be Brandini because it's super sweet. So we'll go with Brandini. He just wanted it normal, so we'll go with normal. 3 of these and 1 of these and aged and mixed. There you are, bud. Here you are. Thanks. Please think about the thing with the other dog on top of the sink. I will. Don't worry. Well then. That was quick. Like I said, there aren't too many dogs today. When I heard someone booked us for 3 days, I expected more of an attendance. While you were gone, this fella here said the Bleeding Jane is better than Pile Driver. Please, prove him wrong. All I'm saying is that I don't see the point in drinks that feel more like a kick in the mouth than a beverage. What do you think, bartender? Do you think there's any point discussing non-alcoholic drinks in a bar? In my opinion, people order a bad touch always make me giggle like an idiot, though. That was a weird sentence. That's not an opinion, that's a statement. Oh well, please serve us either Pile Drivers or Bleeding Janes. We'll let you decide which one is better. Coming right up. Yeah, what if I just... Well, I have to give them one of them. Okay, let's look at 2 of them. Pile Driver. It doesn't burn as hard on the tongue when you bear not drinking when it's sore throat while drinking it. Mainly burning and Bleeding Jane. So this one has no alcohol, but is very Bronson and that one. Pile Driver does have alcohol. I kind of like it when they get drunk, honestly, and she is a bartender, so we'll go with pile driver. We'll go with 2 pile drivers. Because, well, honestly, I like drinking to some degree. I don't like drinking a lot. But it's also very hard for me to get drunk, so we'll just do 3. Yeah, just do these 2. Here. Jackpot! Oh, well. How did you 2 end up discussing that? Well, it started when I told this guy that I wasn't as crazy about the idea of working just for corgis. Why don't you like corgis? They're cute and fluffy and funny, and they just, like, make you smile. Tell me one interesting thing about them. Legends say they're created by a fairy, and their breed was raised to fight dragons. Oh, you got to be kidding. No, actually, I heard that one too. Really? Still, I can't see why you're so tired of them. Dunno, maybe it's because I only ever deal with them at their worst. You've only seen them in their happy state. I'm the one running feces samples and unclogging their sphincters that they eat their owner's dental floss. I might be their veterinarian, but they treat me more like a mom, and not in the good way. It's like being a gynecologist. After a while, you stop seeing boobs and vaginas, and all you see are issues you must fix. At least they're cute issues. Depends. A gynecologist can't pick clients by age or preferences. I was talking about your job. Oh, yeah, that too. Still, I don't think it's so much that I'm tired of them as I'm tired of you being obsessed with them. I think she likes him, but he's a dude, so she's very confused about if she actually likes him. So it's kind of interesting to see how this plays out. I'm not obsessed. I'm passionate. You sleep with a corgi plushie and have a wall dedicated to foes you've taken at the company. I'm really passionate? Too much passion can become an issue, you know. Speaking of issues, did you talk with the directors about the whole cardigan conflict? I was going to do that tomorrow when they were all together. But I still don't see why I should be the one doing it. For starters, they don't take me too seriously. Understandable, I don't take you too seriously either. I mean, in the end, they're still dogs. They need someone with a strong, commanding voice. And although my voice may be deep and I may rumble with it, my voice is not the commanding one they wish for because I hold plushies. You know. Are you saying I have a naggy voice? I'm saying my voice is not good enough. No, not your voice. Just your entire demeanor. Does I have a naggy demeanor? I'm assuming you 2 are talking about the whole race conflict. Yes, this is hurting them more than might think. The company might actually collapse at this rate. Which is terrible, because a couple of these dogs' families are dependent on their paychecks. Doesn't that count as unethical and unusual treatment of animals? It's a bit of the legal gray area. The dogs are doing it willingly, after all. And even if they weren't doing it willingly, the dogs actually aren't being mistreated or exploited. In fact, the company's pretty relaxed. Speaking of relaxed, how's Jurgen doing? He's fine, still complaining about his back, still unwilling to take his medicine. He says he's not that weak. Who's this? Jurgen. Jargon? Jargon? Harrigan? Yargen? 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 Yar... I don't go with Yargen, because it's a fun name. Who's this? Yargen? guy? A little bit weird to say in the middle thing, but I think it adds flavor. My guardian. I passed the tests years ago, but I couldn't meet him. That's actually commonplace, isn't it? Little being unable to leave their guardians because they feel too much like family. Now, to be fair, people get attached to many things. Some even get obsessed with inanimate objects. My grandpa loved his car more than any of his sons. The ones The one whose will left all his earthly possessions to his car, right? Oh, God. That's loving your car a bit too much, I would say. Yeah, that one. How do you become a Lilith's guardian? You fill a form with the Artificial Intelligence Council. Then they do a background check. If they deem you useful, they'll give you authorization. You're given a week's notice before they give you all the data about the Lilm you'll be taking care of. You'll have to watch over it until it can pass 3 different personality tests. If the Lilm wants to stay with you after that, that's your problem. So it's like adoption and the lottery all rolled into one. And they do that to diversify the possible outcomes. 2 Lilm can be of the same model, but they'll grow differently depending on their guardians. What if something happens to the guardian? A new guardian can appeal to the council, stating they are more fit for the position than the original. This happens when the guardian has become unavailable in some way. Or because you can back up claims of neglect or maltreatments. Or, they get shot. That'd be fun. He spits out all that information like it's hard-coded in you. I worked in that department for some time before coming to STC. It's almost a reflex. Are you interested in becoming a guardian, Bartender? I don't know. I'm just a nerd when it comes to AIs in general. The money they give you for it is not that great, though. I see. Well, time to check on the dogs. Money shredder. Listen here, punk. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a punk. It's just... I was chasing my tail, now I'm too hyper-control myself. Sorry. Just, give me anything. Alright. So we'll try, what's the one I'm thinking of? Ah, hero, knock drunkenness out, you or knock you out cold. There you are. I want that. You know what, we'll give you a big one of this. We'll give you 4 of this. 8 of this. And then we'll just shove the rest of it full of this. There we are. Alright. All blended. 4, 8, and God knows how much of this other one. 8 more. And blended. Ignore the fact that I'm making Cry Spike. I got Cry Spike. Here. Whew. That's better. Thanks, Punk. No, see, I can see the value of other dogs' races. Like Pomeranians. They are nice, but they aren't corgis. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, remember that cute girl from yesterday I mentioned earlier? Yeah. The white knight that was with her, she wasn't half bad either. I mean, it was obvious that travesty of muscles was hidden under her armor. Oh, I know the person you're talking about. I got right to that point with the story before I left. Okay. That's kind of day 2 is where she ended, so that's about where I got. So I know the person she's talking about. Okay, yeah. Honestly, the white knight, I'm hot, I prefer more delicate-looking girls, though. You can appreciate how something looks, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily your thing. And you, Bartender? Me... what? Which dog race do you prefer? Oh, I thought he was talking about which gender she prefers. That's not the question I was expecting. Yeah, see? Not much of a dog person, actually. Do you have any pets? A cat named Fourier? And that's how you spell fours in, like, golf. I think she would say it a different way, because it's a cat name. Fourier? I mean, it could be Fourier. Foray. It could be Foray. Foray sounds like a cat name. Look up Foray. A cat named Foray, yeah. He's just a straight rescue. Do you like rescuing girls, too? I'm sure I should be making a witty retort right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Weird, I always thought the rescue fantasy was universal. why I call it Foray. Foray is a loam I met some time ago that's... never mind. Pretty lame name if you ask me. Better than calling it asshat. I bet when you and Foray play... Oh, God. I'm so glad we didn't call him Foreplay now. Bet when you and Foray play, it's quite a sight, eh? He's so lively. Sometimes I fear Foray shadows my presence entirely. You guys want to lose consciousness that much? You really need to calm down with the whole pun-hating thing. It is 4. Okay. Yeah, so it is 4, but I like Foray better. Oh, because Foray is also would make sense for the name of a robot, too. I still won't go with Foray, just because it sounds a little bit cooler than 4. You really need to calm down with the whole pun-hating thing stuff, Betty. Let me get a drink of water quick. But to move away from this whole foreground, what is this rescue fantasy you mentioned before? You know, the one where wayward, dangerous souls redeem themselves to the power of love. The bad boy who turns away a life of crime. The drug addict girl who lived on the streets and turned tricks until she found a good man worth changing for. It's Connie Romance Clichés 101. Well, you're the one with the shelf full of old lady romance novels. I'll trust you on this. Hey, Fabio the 13th is a national treasure. You don't even like guys. Why do you read all those novels? They let you put yourself in a place the main character plays. Even if said main character is a muscular man. I see no problem. Just, what is your self-image? If I can ask something else, what is it? Why do you hate puns so much? Many people cringe at puns, you know. Yeah, but you react like you have a vendetta against them. They made me feel stupid. What? When I was a kid, everyone in my house had a penchant for making puns at the drop of a hat. I was the only one who couldn't get them. Years later, I finally got them, and they weren't that funny. They made me feel stupid. All in the name of some terrible joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. I've said this so many times, I might as well just make a recording, but you need to chill out, Betty. I am chilling out. Just because I complain about stuff doesn't mean I'm not relaxed. I'm not sure that's how it works. Trust me, when I'm tense and angry, you'll know it. I fear the thoughts. Anyway, I'll go check on the dog. I'm supposed to be their doctor, and they are being suspiciously quiet. Be careful. You want anything else? I'll have a bloom light, actually. Make that 2, please. Sure. 2 bloom lights. That's one I haven't actually seen before. Oh, because it's not necessarily brown. Yeah. Well, you want a normal one, I guess. I mean, it does a lot of alcohol in it, but that's fine. I feel really bad for some of the dogs I just smothered in goddamn alcohol. AIDS on the rocks and mix. Bloom light, and 4. And then 3. On the rocks, age, mix. Boom. Here. Thanks. Say, you two seem to get along quite well. Well, when you're the only sentient humanoids in the entire company, it kinda happens. Sentient? We have a couple of test mannequins and cardboard cutouts, so... I see. Seems like there's more to it than just that, though. I mean, even if you are the only ones of your kind, you can still hate each other. Well, I guess I'm one of the few that can stand Betty. She's a really nice person, but she doesn't sugarcoat things. Yeah, I can see that. You should see her treating those dogs. She becomes so patient and understanding, even if it's only for a little while. The dogs don't call her Mom to mock her. Can dogs mock people? I don't know. Even if it's only for a little while. You eavesdropping? So you can say nice things once in a while. You say that like I'm the aggressive one here. It's nice hearing people say good things about you once in a while, you know? You should take your own advice. Maybe some other time. Nah, hug box. Anything happened? A dog in the bathroom got angry at its reflection in the mirror and charged into it. Luckily, nothing bad happened. Just made a dog very confused. How the hell did they get on top of the sink? They're surprisingly agile, even with those stubby little legs. Oh yeah, I ordered you this. Ah, thanks. By the way, Betty, how's Veronica? We broke up last month. What? Well, things were not going so well. We got too used to one another. Everything was starting to become routine. We decided to break up before things got bitter. And why didn't you tell me that before? Why? Did you wait your turn at the baby mobile? I don't know. I guess I didn't want to trouble you. And after a while, it stopped feeling like it was something relevant to say. Please don't do that again. Try trusting me. Yeah, you're right. You know what bothers me? Just jumping into the conversation. You know what bothers me? The fact that asking after someone's health always feels like you're walking on a floor full of glass shards. There's always this chance that the other person is not okay or even dead. And what started as a legitimate fun moment can go sour. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for not trusting you, you piece of scrap. Don't worry, I understand why you did it. Hey, now that I think about it, you sure hang out with us a lot, bartender. Well, dogs can only be so interesting. Besides, there haven't been as many dogs today. Is my presence unwanted? Not at all, especially since you're the one bringing booze. You're like those cab drivers that like to chat all day, but you smell better than most of them. Thank you. Funny thing is that we are unofficially associated with the local taxi line. They're the ones that send drunkards to their homes. You seem to really like talking to your clients, like it's a part of your like it's the best part of your job or something. It kind of is. I used to sit around in crowded places like malls or bars and think to myself, each and every person here has a story. It's a humbling experience. Everyone has dreams, fears, and loved ones. If you dig deep enough, you'll realize that the gap between two random people isn't as big as you think it is. In fact, it's quite small. And in this job, you get to hear all kinds of stories. Some people just blurt it out, so some do it while drunk. To know that no matter how similar they might seem at first, no two people are alike. It's fascinating. You could be a powerful information broker with all that knowledge. Nah, not interested. I like to see myself more as a friendly ear rather than someone you'd be wary of. I guess there's still decent folk out there. I'm not decent. You're critically obsessed with dogs! I'll go check to see if there's any other dogs who want something. Sure. Go ahead. Gruff bucket. Quick, a beer. Okay. He wants something, anything. He's also in a hurry. He wanted a beer. We'll give him a beer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. Get him real drunk. Here. Thanks. Now boom! Huh? Why did you break the glass? I made breakfast. Get it? Because he made drink fast. And I broke it. Go. Tough crowd. Suddenly, I understand the hate for puns. I love puns though, it was funny. Hey, Batrender. Yeah. Your job is a funny name. You don't say. How is she already drunk? She drank way less than she did last night. Yeah, but she drank a bottle before. Sorry. Yeah, but she drank a bottle before coming here. Why? I wish I knew. It's an example of her alcohol tolerance, though. Bartending. I want to make a toast to my good friend, the robot here. Probably the only person, robot, thing that can stand my yapping for more than half an hour. Without him, my job would be 5 times more boring and my life 2 times more meaningless. Cheers! You're not holding a drink. Then give me one, bartender. Isn't that your job? I need a beer. Big one. Alright. Beer. Big beer. So 2 and 4. 2 and 4. And 8. There we go. Almond. Alright, cheers. I said cheers. Cheers? Cheers. Good. Grumpy when sober and a sweetheart when drunk. Seems like she's been like this since university years. Make it sound like those were a decade ago. I can understand liking the taste of alcohol, but what's so good about getting drunk? I legitimately cannot tell you why people like taste of alcohol. It is disgusting. The raw taste of alcohol is like shoving a fucking alcohol wipe in your mouth. It's horrifying. I had to douse that shit with like lemonade and crap. This man is insane. First of all, I'm not drunk. You're too happy. I'm a happy person when drunk. Anyway, it's just something you just can't explain. Yeah, you just like it. Your body needs it, craves it. It's called being an alcoholic. Oh my god, I love it when shit like this happens. And that's called being an alcoholic. I prefer the term alcohol enthusiast. Anyway, human activities look for things that make them feel lightheaded. Why else would they leave such poison and potentially poisonous foods like that weird balloonfish thing? Why would they eat spicy food or drink fermented milk? Seriously, how crazy does someone have to be to say, hey, let's eat this and see what happens? Yeah, the first person who ever drank cow milk or goat milk, God, probably was completely off their rocker crazy, I would say. Worse yet, they even found medicine among all that junk. The one that invented penicillin was probably the worst of them all. I was about to say. Whoops. What'd you say? Oops. Fair enough. Fair enough. But see, that's proof you're drunk. If you were sober, you would just say, hell if I know. Silly robot. Now that I think about it, what kind of robot are you? Lilum. Lilum always sounds too feminine. Okay then, what manner of piece of scrap are you? You don't know? Never cared, but now I'm curious. Oh, well, you won't remember it tomorrow. I'm a DT-01D, Social Development Robots. Is that like the DFC-72s? No. DFC-72s are designed to be as physically human as possible in order to blend in with humans better. My line is more tailored for resilience. We are workload. How must you be cursed to only one destiny from the moment you're born? You can do whatever you want, silly robot. Follow your dreams. I know. I'm already doing it. Being created or hardwired for one duty only means you are more adept at certain things. Giving robots freedom of choice, that's the whole purpose of the ADN law. Yeah, but you know, you say you're resilient, but you don't look the part. True, I never upgrade my muscles, but I can stand up to 200 degrees Celsius without breaking a sweat. Bone can sweat? Cooling agents, yes. No matter, you're still special to me, no matter what kind of robot you are. Lilum. No matter what piece of shit you are. Speaking of special, how come it isn't legal to marry a dog yet? Why are you asking? Excuse me, what? If humans are allowed to marry robots, Lilum, I meant Lilum. They should be able to marry dogs, too. Huh? Abtender? That's me, I think. This guy here wants to bang a dog. Mock him. Excuse me? I do not. I was just saying that if humans are allowed to marry Lilum, why shouldn't they be able to marry animals? Because first of all, they're not humanoids. What about monkeys then? And now you want to bang a monkey? I do not. And second of all, dogs, just like many other animals, can't give you consent. Why are we letting them drink them? You should have to give consent to drink alcohol. But look at these dogs. Sure, they have the cognitive abilities of 7-year-olds, but they can talk, drink booze, and argue, and run companies. So now you want to bang a set? Oh my god. We have a regular here who'd be delighted to hear that. Oh, that's true. Yeah, now I think about it, it's not that weird to actually say that because of Dorothy. Stop it. Remember, Lilum human marriages are only sanctioned after the Lilum achieved 4 sentience. And even then, they use marriage as a way to evolve the collective soul. Besides, dogs don't really love us that way. Trying to apply human ideas like marriage to a dog is like trying to feed vegetables to a carnivore, you get me? Says the ex-vegetarian. Why are you only so smart when drunk? I'm not drunk. But anyways, if you want to screw a dog or a chimp, go ahead. Just don't bring marriage or infants in the whole deal. But if you even start thinking about doing the horizontal mambo with a 7-year-old, please seek mental health. But I don't want to bang dogs or monkeys. God. Well, thank God. But why'd you suddenly start talking about human dog marriage? It's just, I was thinking about all these dogs in tuxedos, and I started picturing a dog in a bridal dress. I mean, just try and picture that. And I'm the drunk one. Wait, I'm not drunk. Why would I say that? And again, when you get drunk, you only get dizzy. Do you have a limit to how much you drink before passing out? No, I just get disoriented to the point that I'm effectively useless, but I never pass out. Maybe, if I passed out, I wouldn't have to deal with all the shit that follows. I always have to wait at least 24 hours before the effects pass. One has to wonder why they gave us all these human flaws to Lilum. I read something about that. It said that by giving Lilum the same kind of weaknesses humans have, they would develop the same way humans do. So that's why they also bite their lips randomly when eating. Stop calling me out. Seems like it. But it makes me wonder, exactly how atomically correct are you? That's something I know, and you don't. Any of you want anything else to drink? Yeah, I want nothing. You're drunk enough as is. You're not my dad. Can't tell me what I can or can't do. Beatrice Albert, stop drinking right now. Yes, Mom. Now, go sleep in the car. We're almost done here. But, Mom... Go. Bye, bad netter. Bye, Miss Betty. It actually worked. If I didn't know she wouldn't remember anything tomorrow, I'd be afraid of retaliation. Although I'm curious, why do you call her Miss Betty? Makes her sound like a teacher or something. Etiquette? I don't know. There's always something about her that makes it feel right to call her that. Maybe it's the forehead. I see. Well, I gotta get things ready, if you'll excuse me. Good luck. Hey, Wirearm Lover. I don't know, the other one was Wirearm Figure. This one definitely. Hey!
We're closing.
Damn it!
Well, everyone's safe in the cab. We're taking our leave, bartender. Thank you for providing such great service on such short notice. And that's my job. You were interesting too? Well, thank you. I'll make sure to tell all of our associates about the wonders of this place. Thank you. Please come again. We sure will. Send my regards to Miss Betty. Gladly. See you later then. Bye. All done? Yep. Seems like we got some new regulars. Yeah. Be nice if they came back, or that we're still here when they want to come back. You've been acting weird all weekend, boss. Are you okay? I am. But the bar is not. What do you mean? Well, guess you have the right to know. The BTC sent me a message on Friday. Valhalla hasn't been bringing in much income these last few months, which means that we're at risk of being wiped off the map. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes the first episode make much more sense. I was very confused by it. I'm watching, but okay, yeah, that makes much more sense. And then before we leave, there's also this Anna Pro demo, which I assume it's not going to be very long, so we'll do it before we leave off for today. Good timing. Man, such a slow night. At least not serving dogs. Normally, this would be where a dog shows up like a cheap punchline. I guess not. Speaking of dogs, I wonder where the hell's Bill? Boy? Wow. Sorry, did I wake you up? I wasn't sleeping, my eyes were open. You went to college, right? You know having your eyes open means nothing. Don't worry, I don't blame you. It's been a really long time since we had such a slow night. In fact, I think the last time we had night this slow was before you started working here. Really? Yeah, happened when Robert was still working here. Who? My first employee. The poor idiot bought a levitation potion and threw himself off a building. Oh. As it turns out, the potion actually worked. Sorry, come again? He started rising in the air and couldn't stop. They later found his body smeared across the nose of a commercial flight that was on its way to Kanjivinia. But anyway, should you really dismiss that so easily? We didn't have a single client that night. Not even a lost soul asking for directions. But then suddenly, the kid shows up. He was obviously underage, but I was bored, so I decided to let him order something. I gave him one carotene free drink. I mean, if I was going to let him order, I wasn't going to give alcohol to an underage boy. And then when the time came for him to pay his tab, he realized he didn't have enough money. He then yanked his shirt over his head, started screaming he's a ghost, and tried to escape. So I kicked him so hard he flew out the bar and told him ghosts shouldn't feel pain. Boss, did you really kick an underage kid? Of course not. Just gave him a warning and made him wash a couple dishes. The fact that you even thought for a moment that I would kick a young innocent child hurts me to no end, you know? Anyway, just keep it up. Someone will show up sooner or later. I sure hope so. Hold on, come to think of it, aren't Gil's checks made out to Robert? No. At least that story killed a couple of minutes. I think I'll take the glasses here or something. Huh. We had a fedora-shaped glass? How would you have a fedora-shaped glass? Alright, oh yeah. Anybody here? Sorry, I'll be right there. Ouch. Are you okay? I'm fine, yeah. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you, something wrong? Are you sure you're old enough to drink? Anagram, my beloved. Please tell me if I'm killing her voice, you know. She just seems like a high-pitched, kind of youngish voice. Are you sure you're old enough to drink?
Well, seeing how I'm old enough to eat solid food, I'm gonna guess that drinking won't be a problem.
Oh, you sweet innocent child.
You know that's not what I meant.
yeah, I'm old enough to drink. I turned 21 not too long ago, actually. I get this all the time. I'm 22 and I still get carded. I look young. I get this. I feel this in my heart and my soul, okay? Huh. Oh, what the fuck? Music? That's chill. She's not. What the fuck?
Still don't believe me? What do you need me to give you?
I must be sleep deprived or something. What's this deja vu feeling, though? It's fine, don't worry. She is very cute. What can I get you?
I feel like having a sugar rush.
Sure, coming right up. Sugar rush. Ah, okay, cool. Just want to make sure she's not going to, you know, murder me in my sleep or something. Optional carotene. She looks too young. Oh yeah, that's true. You know what? I'll give her one. She said she's fine, and bartender's not even checking her ID. You know, I'll give her one. This is the bartender's fault, you know. Alright, we'll mix it. I'll mix. Screw you, bartender. Sugar rush. Here you go.
Thanks.
Yep, this is the stuff. You know, could have been lying through my teeth. Could have been underage hire. You could have sold alcoholic drinks to an underage kid. How would that make you feel? I don't believe in the myth that kids don't drink alcohol. I met 16-year-olds that drank a lot more than I do. Limiting the alcohol they can get is necessary, but if you make it look like a forbidden pleasure, well, you only make them crave it more. Hell, I bet if you gave kids alcohol, they'll start swearing off of it earlier. So you're fine with giving drinks to underage kids? No, but if that were to happen, I wouldn't get my panties in a bunch. But wouldn't you get punished for doing that? Normally, yes. You'd have to admit publicly that you ordered alcohol first, and that would bring you a different array of problems. Oh. Did you come here looking to get me in trouble? No, I just want a reaction out of you, but you're taking it all too calmly. Why? I don't know, your face makes me want to tease you. I suddenly feel like I'm back in high school. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Please show me your ID. Sure. That makes no sense to me. 205 number, sure. Seems everything's in order, Miss Anna Graham. Well, how do you know someone's age when they don't have a number there? Okay. Graham? Anna Graham. Whoever heard that name before? I don't know, I just started playing. Go ahead, just try and make a joke I haven't heard yet. I'll politely refuse. Anagram. Anagram. Ah, I see. No, I'm serious, go ahead. People think it's too easy, so they make jokes about my name. Yeah, I'm still going politely refuse. You're no fun. So, what's your name, Miss Bartender? My name? You saw my name, I have a right to know yours. Fair enough, I'm Jill. Jill what? Just Jill. Yeah, but what's your full name? Just call me Jill. Fine, I'll just pretend Jill is a way of saying your name is actually Johanna Iglesia Laurent Lone. Actually, I shortened Joe. Whatever floats your boat. Say, Joe, this place looks awfully desolate. Well, it might be the amount of dog pee in the area, but, you know. Joe, she says. It's been a slow day. Really, really slow day. Again, might be the scent of dog pee. I'm actually glad you showed up. It's growing bored as hell. I mean, it's not like we're always bustling with activity. This is unusual even for here. Ooh, this is a nice song. What song is it? Oh, I can't even check the song. Damn it. Oh well. So I take it this is a popular place then. We have our regulars, but we're not like the bars in the main street. Still, I like this place. It's comfy and, I don't know, makes me feel safe. Weird. I mean, I feel that way too, but this place usually gives off the opposite impression. Can't blame them though, this isn't exactly the best part of the city. And that's a shame. I really like how isolated this place feels. You can't hear the sounds of the city in here, it's nice. But then again, you could say I have some experience with isolated places, so it might just be nostalgia. Nostalgia, huh? Speaking of coming in here, now that I think about it, you didn't ask for my ID when I first came in. Why didn't you do it if you were so suspicious? Well, firstly, I was bored. Figures. And second, I felt like you were of legal age. How? We've had a lot of kids come in here thinking they could get away with ordering a drink, but they're too nervous or jumpy. I don't usually give drinks to kids like that. They don't know what they're dealing with. And what if they're not like that, but still underage? If they at least look like they're above legal age, I would be able to live with myself, I guess. I wouldn't give them anything if I knew they were still kids, but hey, I'm bound to be fooled sometime. So I'm guessing I wasn't jumping. Yep. I see. Hey, Joe, now that you know I can order a drink legally, can I get another one? What do you want? Give me something sweet. Sweet? Sure. Ooh, I like sweet drinks. Let's give you Sugar Rush, Sparkle Star. I could get you really drunk if I want to. That would be funny. Blue Fairy is super sweet. Moonblast is hella sweet. And it's kind of big-ish. Brandini is super sweet. Piano Woman is thick as hell. We'll go with... which one's sweeter? Moonblast? Moonblast is sweeter. We'll go with Moonblast. She dares you to get her drunk. Oh, really? Really? Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. You know, she... well, I can't give her a big drink yet. But you know, sure, I'll give her a small, sweet, thick, drunken drink. Here we go. Here we go. Sure, we'll go with this. What? All aged and mixed. Yeah, here we go. Blue Fairy, one sweet drink. Thanks. You know, if all drinks were like this, I'd be afraid of turning into an alcoholic. Please don't joke about that. How can you say that? You're a bartender. A bartender doesn't want clients to become alcoholics. Just like how personal trainers don't want their trainees turned into steroid junkies. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Still, this one's really nice. Hey Joe, do you drink? I suppose, it'd be weird for a bartender not to drink, you know? I don't know, I've met dentists with bad teeth. Bartenders don't drink, totally would make sense. It's silly, be like a vegan chef running a barbecue restaurant. You think? Yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of whether you can eat or drink whatever it is that you're making. It's more like, why do it if you don't like it? Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. The dentist might have bad teeth, but he could still like working dentistry. But why bother bartending if you don't like alcohol? See? Something wrong. I just noticed you haven't said my name yet. I haven't... What? Aside from when you read my ID out loud, you haven't said my name. Meanwhile, I've called you yours like a gazillion times now. The wrong name, though. Well, I haven't had the need to say your name. Come on, humor me. Say my name. Why? Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Anna. One more time. Anna. Yes! Now one more time. Sounds like fucking Beetlejuice. Oh, what the fuck? Nana. Happened again. Maybe I need glasses? There's that feeling again. Did I see someone glitch out in the past? Oh, really? Just fuck it. You're looking at a person glitching out, and you're like, have I seen someone glitch out before? Is their existence failing them a casual occurrence for me? Oh, come on. Why did you want me to say your name? I like hearing people call me by my name. It feels personal and fuzzy. Yeah, but asking people to say your name like that is a bit quirky, creepy. I don't know about that. There's a certain someone who would wake me up in the morning saying my name. Did they kidnap you? Were you like waking up in the bed and there's some dude like hanging out your window or something staring at you like, yeah, wake up? See, that's the kind of... yeah, that is true. They're nanomachines, people glitching out. In a cyberpunk world, I guess that would be true. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose somebody glitching their existence out would not be too surprising. Still would be weird as shit, though. Your name is important. Once you know someone's name, the gap between that person and you disappears. Once you give names to things, you start seeing them as important members of your family. Does that count if you do it on a water ball? I wonder what I should name my water ball. I don't know. Maybe I'll call it Hydra. So what if it's creepy? It's still nice. It's a weird sentence, but okay. Stop calling me Joe and use my name then. Say, Anna, can I ask you something? You called me by my name. You called me by my name, so sure. About your arm. Which one? Oh, I didn't even realize she was missing her other arm. Thought that was just stylistic choice. What's about it? Oh yeah, I'm lacking one. Did saying the word creepy remind you of its absence? Actually, been wanting to ask you about it since you came in. I'll at least be uncomfortable for a second. I'm trying to get a rise out of you, sheesh. So what is it? How did I lose it? If it's not too personal. It isn't. I'm actually proud of the tale. Concerning? Okay. Eh? Why? You're looking at proud survivor of the nanomachine rejection. Should you be proud of that? I don't know. Really? I thought that was something doctors detected while fetus is still in the womb. Yes and no. There's actually two types of nanomachine rejection syndrome. The first one is the most common. They usually detect it while you're still a fetus. That's when they turn you into a cat boomer. The other one can sometimes appear in your teenage years. It's incredibly rare, but it's still possible. So that arm. Nanomachine rejection basically causes your body to attack itself. Tissues start ripping apart, your organs malfunction. I was lucky. In the end, all I lost was an arm and a handful of toes. Get it? A handful? Because I lost 5. Huh. Anyway. I have a prosthetic arm, but it's in maintenance right now. Ah. I see. It's a bit weird to be without it. I still feel like it's there. Just a couple of hours ago, I tried to grab something and I just stood there, thinking that arm was doing something. But anyways, mind gave me a drink. We can keep talking about my stump after that. Right. What do you want? Let's try something classy. It's weird being in a bar and not asking for a fancy drink. Alright. So, a classy drink that I can fucking pound to hell with alcohol. Why is beer classy? Never understood why beer counts as classy. Bleeding Jane has no alcohol in it. And Frothy Water has no alcohol. Well... Beer just doesn't sound classy. She wants something fancy. Bleeding Jane, I guess, is kind of fancy. Oh, those are classic. Whoops. I'm an idiot. Bad touch. Brantini. Cobalt Velvet. Ooh, that's a nice sounding name. Fringe Weaver is hella that. Okay, bubbly, classic, strong. Fringe Weaver sounds nice. Mercury Glass. I would normally go with Cobalt Velvet. It's like champagne served in a cup. Well, Fringe Weaver is like, yeah, that's not super classy. Let's go with this. I like this a bit more. And she wants it small, so we'll give her it small. And then 5 of this on the rocks and mix. Here. This looks expensive. Alright, I'm starting to have second thoughts right now. Just drink it. I'm starting to feel dizzy. That's nice. Is? Of course, I spent so much time in hospitals and whatnot, but now I'm just living my life, you know? I want to feel the good and the bad. No more being forced to sit quietly in a quarantine room. Yeah, I can get that. Man, that aged interestingly. Wait, quarantine? Type 2 nanomachine rejection patients are put in special chambers free from the nanomachine particles in the air. That prevents them from being simulated and aggravating their whole situation. To be fair, not all my memories of that chamber are bad. I mean, I did spend 4 years in one of those places. Really? That long? Well, I didn't go for the genetic level treatment, so it was longer and a lot less expensive. I'm not going to complain though, I'm still alive thanks to all that. And I left with so many fond memories too. So that's what you meant with the whole feeling nostalgic in isolated places thing. Yep. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine, just dizzy. Hey Joe, if I ordered 2 drinks, would you be willing to share one with me? Come again? To be honest, talking about treatment and all that made me feel a bit lonely. Sorry if it's not something you do, but I had to ask. It's not something I normally do, but... what the hell, sure. It's a slow night. Really? Yay! Alright then, I want Piano Man and Piano Woman. On it. Interesting. Wasn't expecting to actually get both of those, but okay. Piano Man... This is not representative opinion of the bar of pianist union. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5, 10. Okay, yeah, it's only 13 drink. Interesting. On the rocks and mix. Piano Man. Slot 2. Piano Woman. 5. This is some thick drinks. 5. 2, 3. And 3. Another 13 or 18. Oh, yeah, 18. Aged and mixed. 2 drinks. Which one do you want? Do you prefer the man or the woman? Oh, I'm fine with either, really. Okay, I'll pick the woman then. Cheers. Jesus. Alright, this is getting weird. I love the first 2 times weren't enough. She's seen so much shit in her life as a bartender. 2 glitches? Not enough. 3 glitches? Then it gets weird. I said, cheers. Oh, cheers. Yeah. Are you okay? Ears open. Yeah, I guess I'm fine. I'm just dizzy and sad. I'm feeling really bad about her now. Sad. She seems so cheerful. I miss Lynette. Lynette? Who? She and I were the only patients with nanomachine rejection syndrome in the hospital. We were together every day. I like her. She's adorable, but I feel really sad around her for some reason. When it was time to eat, she was there. During visit hours, she was there. Whenever I slept, whenever I cried, whenever I laughed, she was always there. When I lost my arm, she told me I could have hers as compensation. That I could use it however I wanted. What happened to her? Tokyo flu. Something went wrong with her immune system and the flu started kicking in. They tried to rush for treatment to reduce the syndromes, but it only made the nanomachines go wild. It eventually got to her brain. Aww. I see. Sorry to hear that. The worst part is that they left her as she'd been. I might be able to spend an extra year or so with her. But all that work only got her killed sooner. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. She just vanished. That's tough. I miss her every day, you know.
Say I want to forget her, but the truth is that I just want this pain to go away. It's been 2 years, and I still feel the pain. Every second, it's just a second without her. And get so lonely. Sorry, am I making you uncomfortable, Joe? You're not. Don't worry. Still, sorry about that. There's so many plans about what we'd do after we left. We were so close to being together without the pesky machine rejection. It's not fair, you know? Why do I get to be here while she doesn't? Try to enjoy life as much as I can, enjoy it for the both of us, but it doesn't seem enough. Oh, don't hold that message. Oops. Sorry about that. The machine automatically wants to hold that message. There you go. I know, she's such a neat character. I don't know how she is in the main game, but I'm really glad that I'm doing this demo because she's so sweet. It's taking a while, but I like it. It's adding a lot of bit to it. Aw, I'm sorry you're at. I'm gonna be trying to do as much of this as I can, like in order as well, because I love the storytelling of games like this. I love the connection between things. I love figuring things out. I love learning the backstories of characters and learning why they are the way they are. It's fascinating to me. It's why why my channel is set up as, you know, kind of library, is because it's everyone has a story. Just like, you know, the bartender here said, everyone has a story, and I love finding those stories. I love understanding them. I wish I could hug her too. She seems so sweet and so sad. Where is that? Yeah. Enjoy it for the both of us, but it doesn't seem enough. What do you think? What do I think? Well, I think about my grandpa. Grandpa? He was a harsh guy. Really sincere, but not one to mess with platitudes. It's not like he had a lot of enemies, but many people were cautious around him. But once he died, I never heard a single bad comment about him. Not even those who used to madmouth him every now and again. Really? Well, the best thing about death is that after you die, all the wrongs you ever committed feel meaningless. Really makes you think about how petty some things can be. Yeah. On second thought, that doesn't have much to do with what you said, does it? But what I'm trying to say here is, don't try so hard, just live, you know? Be grateful you have that chance. I know what you're feeling right now, but you'll get better eventually. All you'll remember is the happy moments. I hope so. Sounds like you and your grandpa were close. He was my best friend. Losing him was quite the blow. Do you have any regrets in regards to him? I guess not. I mean, it's not like I had a dramatic goodbye or anything like that. He died in a hospital bed while I was at home. But I don't know. Never had a heated discussion with him, so I don't have that problem. Sure, there's always a bit of, I wish I could have told him this, but that's bound to happen, regardless of who you're talking about. Did you leave Lynette after a fight or something? No, of course not. Then you're luckier than most people. Oh. What I mean is, whenever you feel depressed, remember that she left your life while both of you were on good terms. Whenever you feel down, just try to hold on to that. Yeah, I can try that. That cheered me up a bit somehow. Thanks. Anytime. I should be leaving now. Thanks for such a lovely night, Joe. If you feel lonely again, just come back. I will. Well, that was an entertaining diversion. Ah, boss, what happened? I came to ask you that. Huh? You just spent an hour talking to yourself. No, I didn't. There's a girl called Anna here. There was nobody here. I was actually coming to tell you that we're going to close for tonight, and there you were, chatting with thin air. Spirited talk, too. That can't be. She paid for her drinks. The registry here says the money came from your account. All the drinks I served her. You mean the liquid that someone who is definitely not going to be me has to clean off the floor? But Jill, you're worrying me. Are you okay? The last thing I need is no employee who talks to herself. That is really neat. That is really fascinating. I love that concept. How they're... Oh, that's so neat. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm fine. I just... Are you sure there wasn't anyone else here? I even checked the security cameras. You were by yourself this whole time. Maybe you're tired. You probably were just sleep talking really intensely or something. Yeah, maybe. Come on, I'll drive you home. Maybe you just need rest. Yeah. The hell just happened? That was fascinating. That was so neat. That was so cool. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that concept. I love the concept that someone was there but they weren't. I love the idea that they're in your head, that you know, that like you have memories of them, that you have understandings of them, but they weren't there, but they were. I love that concept. I love the idea. Oh, I adore that. I absolutely love that. Alright, well, I will get to the new game when I play this next, which I don't really know when is. I'm trying to figure out my schedule, which will probably be next week, because I'm starting up the D&D campaign next week, Monday. Oh, okay. Well, let me click it, I guess. Your view will completely change when you hit new game. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. You know, we still got a little bit longer, it seems, guys. Psst. Hey, over here. What the shits? Ooh, okay. Ooh, I like this. Boo! How's that for an entrance? Ooh. Come on, Joe, look sharp. The game's starting. The player needs a good first impression of its main character. Oh, that's fascinating. I know you served a bunch of tuxedo-clad corgis over the weekend. The bar will eventually close. And I'll admit my little prank on you might have gone a little bit overboard. But remember, life is 90% how you take it. Stay focused and look at the brighter side of things. I have no idea what the brighter side is, but you should totally find it. In any case, you should totally check out that parcel you just got. See ya. Oh, that's so cool. She broke the fourth wall, but she didn't talk directly to the player. Oh, that's fascinating. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh. Just a dream. I guess I'll get to the point where I can save. There's something near the door. Chapter 1, Premiere. I don't know when I can actually save, but I want. Anyways, yeah, next week, she does twice. Ooh, interesting. Next week, I'm gonna be starting your membership to Shining Fingered. Okay. It's a weird name. Foray. Who's that letter from? Nobody. Oh, is her cat talking to her? Okay. Can I save? Where's my... there we go. Cool. But, it's so fascinating. I mean, legitimately, I love this concept. But, yeah, so, I will be doing... I might be doing a stream next week, because we're going to be doing session 0 of our campaign, D&D campaign that I'm going to be DMing. But, not sure if we're going to be streaming that. But we'll definitely be having a stream on the 17th. And then I might start streaming on Wednesday and Fridays. Definitely will have fun, most certainly. I'm probably going to be streaming this on Wednesdays and Fridays, I think. Probably around maybe 7 to 9, something like that. I think that's going to be my consistent schedule. It's like 7 to 9 p.m. PST. But I'll let you guys know. And of course, you know, emails or follow message or whatever will be posted when I do so. But, yeah, this game is absolutely fascinating to me. I don't think... I've seen a couple games like this. Obviously, you know, visual novels kind of like this, and Doki Doki Literature Club had something similar.
it's very fascinating. And oh, absolutely, do writing. I'm actually writing fan fiction about a different fan fiction about a different series. But I'm also writing books about my own campaigns that I'll be DMing. So 100% write the fan fictions. Honestly, this game, I know it's fascinating, the kind of concepts that this game kind of has. How old is this game? I don't actually know. I'm assuming around 2006 if Doki Doki came out a little bit after. That's just off the top of my head. Probably it's like 2006, 2010, something like that. But honestly, the concepts that work with this game is incredibly simple, but it's so deep. I love games. They're so simple, so. Oh, really? It came out 2016. Damn, I was way off. But hot damn. It's so simple, but it's so profound because the topics are heavy, the concepts are amazing, the ideas behind it, and the storytelling is beautiful. I love it. I adore it, absolutely. Nice. Eventually we'll play DDLC as well, but not sure when. Also, I just love the fact that she has a shirt that just says slut in her room. I love that. That is adorable. Just hilarious to me. But yeah, I will definitely be continuing this because this is absolutely fascinating. I don't think I've really had a gaming experience like this, and I love doing the voices, I love doing the characters, I love doing the concepts and everything like that. It's absolutely fascinating. And thank you for being here, Spirit. Honestly, having you join me for the end a bit was absolutely fascinating. So hopefully I did her voice, decently proper. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. It might be Wednesday or Friday this week, next week, the week after, who knows. But it will be some point in time, at some stage, or wherever. If you guys are new to this channel and you have not seen it before, hit that follow button. Oh, thank you for staying, my friend. It makes me feel happy. But if you guys have not seen this channel before, we are a group Let's Play channel that primarily does D&D work. I am the only one doing actual Let's Play work at the moment, and we focus on making story-based content, or just creating stories. I like to say I'm the storyteller because I like thinking of this as a library. Every game is a book we pull off the shelves, and we are the storytellers showing you the games. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys enjoy all the rest of the content, and go check out our YouTube, Plebeian Productions and Purgatory Corner, if you guys are interested in seeing some of our other content, including our audio-based content. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!